Hello virtual hunters and welcome back to the Hunter Call of the Wild. My name is Doc and in today's video we're going to be breaking as many hunting laws as possible. But before we can start taunting the Green Jean Brigade, let's get a couple of ground rules set. We will not count any laws regarding hunting seasons or bag limits. We'll assume that everything we can hunt is in season, and I'm not counting bag limits because I could just shoot 10 whitetails and rack up thousands of dollars in fines. We're not going to violate the same thing twice because that would get boring. And the final rule is that everything I do must net me the full score in game, so no shooting pheasants with 300 Win Mags. We are trying to figure out what you can do in the Hunter Call of the Wild, what is normal, and what you can do in the real world and how those two are different. During this video, I'll have a running total in the top right corner here, and make sure to watch the entire thing because it is going to keep getting a lot worse as I go. For all of these penalties, I am assuming that the judge has it out for us and is giving us the maximum fine possible. I did my best to look up the maxes for all of these violations, and some of them were really hard to find, so what I couldn't find myself, I asked ChatGPT. So again, take all of this with a grain of salt.
Doc is not a lawyer, nor a member of any law enforcement agency. He's just a redneck with a computer and access to the internet. This video is not legal advice, nor is it necessarily 100% accurate. Do not attempt anything you see in this video in the real world. Duh.
The way this is going to work is I will show you a short clip of the hunt. You have to guess what hunting laws I broke, and then I'll reveal to you what I did. So it's time to play everybody's favorite game show. Guess the infraction. Alright, we started off with a pretty easy one to figure out. Did you get it? That's right, we shot over a public roadway, which is illegal in Colorado and most other states for that matter, so don't shoot over roads. But this is going to get us our first $100 in fines. So we got the gist of this game show down? Alright, let's move on to our first real scene, see if you can spot what I did wrong. Alright, this one might have been easy for some of you, and others are probably still scratching your heads. For this one, I was hunting a Miriam turkey in Colorado with an electronic caller, and according to Colorado law, artificial decoys and manual calls are permitted, but recorded or electronically amplified calls are illegal. So we broke the law in Colorado and most other states as well, so this is going to give us $1,000 in fines, so we'll add that to the total and keep going here. Okay, this next one's going to be pretty tough, and you're probably not going to get it unless you live in this state. I know, that shot looked pretty textbook, right? Did you get it? Well, in New Hampshire, where New England mountains is set in, it is illegal to shoot an arrow or bolt without having your name and address written on the arrow, and as far as I can tell, our arrows are straight from the factory. This was a really hard one to look up, but from what I can tell, the fines vary a lot depending on what you shot with the arrow, so we're going to be safe and go with another $500. Going down to Mississippi for this next one might be a no-brainer for some of you. Let's see if you can spot the violation. Do you think you got it? Well, this is actually a trick question because there were two violations. The first one is hunting waterfowl with more than 3 rounds. In real life, we would have had to put a plug in the tube of this shotgun. The second is shooting waterfowl with lead shot. It is illegal to take migratory game birds with shot other than approved non-toxic shot types, so steel, bismuth, tungsten, that kind of stuff. Both of these violations are going to hit us with $500 in fines each, increasing our total by $1,000. All right, on to the next one. Okay, some of you probably got this one right away, but the minimum caliber for hunting Cape buffalo in Africa is .375, and since we shot this one with a 300 Magnum, we are in violation of this law. I couldn't nail down an exact fine for this particular infraction, but I think that $2,000 isn't completely out of the question, and that just really goes to show the difference between the Call of the Wild and real life, because the 300 Magnum is probably the most popular Cape buffalo cartridge in the game. But now we are down to our final clip, and I will warn you, this has a bunch of things wrong with it. See if you can find all of them. All right. There was a lot to unpack with this clip, but let's start off with the two most obvious ones, and they're going to be the largest finds in this entire video. We were hunting white-tailed deer at night, which in New England can carry a penalty of up to $4,991. Yikes. Another one that might not have been quite as obvious is we had a headlamp on and we were shining it at the deer, which is a totally separate violation of spotlighting deer. That is going to smack us with a $5,000 fine. Third on the list is the fact that we were using an air rifle, which is not permitted by use in the state of New Hampshire, again, where New England Mountains is set. This comes with a possible fine of up to $2,000. We were also using a dog to hunt white-tailed deer. You are allowed to use them in the recovery of wounded game, but you are not allowed to use them in the taking of the game itself. And our fifth and final violation in this video is one just for me, because you guys probably couldn't tell, but we were not wearing Hunter Orange while we did this. So I showed you 6 clips in total, and from those 6 clips, we have racked up $17,241 in fines, and that doesn't include the hunting license suspensions, the confiscation of hunting equipment, or jail time. Yeah, you can absolutely go to jail for a lot of these violations. So I guess what I'm trying to say in this video is, but with that being said, if you guys like the video, make sure to leave a like on it. If you are a fan of hunting game content, you're in luck, because that is all we do here on this channel. So make sure to subscribe and get notified every time I post a video, and leave a comment below. Let me know what is the craziest hunting laws that you have ever heard. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.